Hello.
Payton, what's it been like working with Cam also?
It's been great. I've had some experience working with him last year, but him having the room now has been awesome. We've been a lot more productive. We're getting detailed, and I've learned a lot from him, and it's been great to get to know him as a person too. Not that we didn't get to know him last year at all, but it's been fun. I'm really excited for the relationship we built and where it's going to continue to go.
Coach Freeze has emphasized a renewed confidence and trust in you from last season until now. What shifted for you in the offseason for him to be led to believe that?
I'm not sure. I feel like I've been the same guy. My values are still the same. I place the same value in my process and what I do from the day to day. Do I feel like I'm better than I was last year? Absolutely. But at the same time, I haven't become a new person. So sticking to what got me here to this point, and I feel that good things are ahead.
With all the new receivers coming in, what kind of things have you done during the offseason to build chemistry with that group?
Throw, obviously. We've gotten a lot of routes in together, but we've also just been hanging out. It's been great to get to know each other, and obviously with 3 of our 4 Cam's not transfer, but Cam plus our 3 other transfers, I only really knew one of them in Sam Jackson, and so getting to know the rest of those guys has been great. Hanging out after we throw and just talking and having a good time. So it's been good. I feel like we're at a good spot right now, and we're going to continue that trajectory as we get into camp here soon.
Any specific things you guys like to do kind of off the field?
I know Cam likes to bowl. He's a pretty good bowler. Keandre is always doing something. And then Sam likes to play the game. He's always in his room yelling at somebody at the TV. So I know he's decent at that. I was supposed to play him last night in NCAA. I haven't played yet. So, I gotta take him on that.
Does Cam try to get you guys to go bowling with him? Does he go by himself?
No, I don't think he's done any lone bowling sessions, at least not that I know of, unless he's really dedicated. But I know him and Dylan Gentry, they're super tight. They're both crazy bowlers. Dylan's good at every random game you can imagine. He's smoked everybody back, or cornhole. But we've been bowling a couple times.
Is Cam competitive in everything he does?
I would say so. He wants to win. He's not throwing a fit or anything if he loses. We did trivia last night. We had a trivia competition, and I kicked his butt pretty good. So he was upset about that, but he's a competitive guy.
What have you seen from Keldric Faulk so far since he's come to campus? And what do you think he brings to the offense?
Yeah, he's even better than I thought he was, and I thought he was good when he got here. And so, obviously I watched his film, I watched his highlights and stuff before he got here. And you can only see so much of that when you're watching film and practice highlights and whatnot. But he's been great. I feel like he's a little bit bigger than you'd expect. He's not small by any means. He's probably a good 6'2", 6'1", 6'2", and he can run. And then for me, it's his releases. When he gets pressed off the line, I feel great with him getting where he wants to go. And his start-stop is really good, too. He's a really polished receiver, and he's played a lot of games, caught a lot of touchdowns, and he's going to have a chance to do that for us this year, I can assure.
Payton, any questions on Bryce Kane and Perry Thompson and what they can bring to this team in their first year?
Well, both of them can run, so that's a good start. They're both fast. Perry is obviously way bigger than Bryce is. Bryce is pretty slight. He's going to be putting some weight on, and Perry is put together. He looks like he's already been in college. So for those guys, it's just learning the college game. They both probably, it's not easy for a freshman to come in and play anywhere in any position. And at receiver, it's not easy to learn a whole offense and then also be a polished receiver. So many times you're just so much more athletic than guys and so much faster than guys in high school that you just either run right past them or, whip them by you when you're stopping. And so, at this level, you're not going to be able to do that very much. And so learning the ins and outs of different routes and different concepts and learning the whole offense, that's not easy. And so Bryce had the spring, which helped him, and he got some reps in against, college players. And then Perry obviously coming in here in the summer. It's more difficult for him, but he's doing a good job in 7-on-7 in the summer, and Bryce is as well. I know that they're going to develop into really good players.
Payton, Coach Freeze was really complimentary of the running back room and the ground game you guys can have this year. What do you expect from that part of the offense in 2024?
Yeah, I would agree with Coach. I think our running back room is loaded. I think obviously it starts with Jarquez, and he's got a lot of games under his belt and has done a lot of good things on the field. Damari has done the same thing. He presents a very good skill set, and then Jeremiah Cobb is a stud as well that you guys didn't get to see much last year, but he's really special. And so I feel confident with any three of those guys out there. They're all willing to block. They're all obviously really good with the ball in their hands. They can all catch, and so we can do different things with those guys. And our guys up front have been working their butt off. It starts with Connor Liu. Obviously, he's a really, really good player. I think he's going to have a chance to be a high-round NFL draft pick from what I've heard. I'm no O-line scout, but he's been outstanding, and the way he leads those guys is awesome. And they've been working their butt off after every lift. They're doing something together, and so that's been great for me to see from them. And I'm really excited about what they bring to the table, and are going to give our backs a chance to have some running lanes.
When you have a couple new pieces along that offensive line, what responsibility do you feel as the quarterback to get those guys to gel quickly so that the offense runs as well as it can?
Yeah, it's just making sure everybody is, I don't want to say included. I don't want it to sound like a lunchroom or anything, but just making sure everybody is on the same page and everybody is pulling the same direction, which I think we are. And I think the new guys that we've added up front are doing a good job. And they're working hard, like I said, but just all the time they're spending together right now. They're spending so much time together after lifts and in meetings and all that. So really excited about them and excited to see what they're going to be like here in the fall. A lot of differences, and it's been really exciting. I know tempo is going to be a part of what we do. Not that we're going to be hair on fire every single play, but a lot more detail. A lot more attention to detail in everything that we do, and that's huge. There's more urgency, and I'm really excited about that. That is winning offensive football and those things, and understanding the importance of practice, and understanding the importance of the details at practice, and those are things that Coach Freeze and Coach Nix have harped on and have instilled so far to this point, and I know it's just going to keep growing.
Longer for me to adjust to it.
What do you remember thinking and feeling about the environment there?
Man, I've been there a couple times, and as a recruit, but playing there is not what you think it is. It's a lot. It's a lot to it. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy playing in there. Like, you hear everybody. Then you got some of the best players in the country you're playing against. And yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, words can't describe like how I felt playing in that game.
Keldric, what do you want the Auburn defense to be known for this season?
Relentless effort, violent tackling, and elite mental execution.
Coach Freeze earlier today was asked about bringing you as a sophomore,
right,
maybe the youngest guy that Auburn has brought to SEC media days. What does that honor mean to you?
It means a lot. Like I tell everybody, man, it shows that I'm becoming a vocal leader on my team, and it shows that I've been doing something right. So I need to start to bring everybody else with me.
He complimented you on your accountability, and I guess that speaks to what, like you said, doing things right. How important has that been to you, or is that to you?
Yeah, especially when you're one of the leaders on the team, accountability is probably the number one thing you should strive for. So holding myself accountable as well as everybody else has been like one of the most challenging things as transitioning to a leader.
What strides do you want to take in your second year in the SEC?
I want to become a better pass rusher than I was last year. I felt like I did pretty well in the run. I felt like I did pretty well striking blocks and shedding blocks and stuff like that. But as far as transitioning from run to pass, I think I can do a whole lot better than what I did last year.
Did you go from not a huge high school to starting in the SEC as a freshman?
Changing my mindset. That's really what it all is about. My mindset was terrible going into the spring, so that terrible mindset had me thinking I wasn't going to see the field. And now when I went into my summer and fall camp, my mindset changed, and I wanted to make an impact on Auburn as soon as I could.
Most top 100 recruits come in thinking they're gonna play. You
Right.
felt in the spring like you weren't.
Right, because just coming from a smaller school, like when you coming from a smaller school, you feel like you're behind everybody else. Like guys like they came in with me, Peter Woods, Kelby Collins. They played at higher level football, so you feel like you're behind the 8 ball a little bit. So you got a lot to catching up to.
You almost have imposter syndrome a little bit coming from a smaller school. Does that make sense?
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah, somewhat.
Keldric, what's the biggest strength of your team that no one's really talking about?
The tempo of our offense. Like when we get the ball rolling, it's pretty much game over. We're going to score.
You guys have a lot of new pieces coming into this defensive line this season. What has it been like kind of working with that group? And, what have you seen from them in the offseason?
So you said what again?
Just the new pieces in the defensive line. What have you seen from that group in the offseason, the time you have spent working with some of them? How has that been?
That's a good question, yeah. Some of the guys came in the summer, so we haven't, put on pads to actually practice yet. But just seeing those guys coming to work every day, we take no days off. We come in and we want to strive for greatness every day. So whenever we step on that field, we have a different mindset. And having those transfers come in, those older guys, and having those young guys pick their brains and get knowledge from them shows that we have a D-line that's ready to, evolve and lead.